Good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Richard Burdick, and I want to welcome you into the Wednesday night experience here at Unity North Atlanta. You're hearing the music of Mike Marinelli, who's going to be joining Michael Burke and myself here this evening. I invite you to begin to get comfortable, to relax, to just begin the process of breathing. We're going to go 1,000 places, and the one that matters most is the place that you go. So prepare your heart, your mind, and your soul for a journey to go where your soul leads you. We'll get started right at 7 o'clock. Again, if you're tuning in, welcome to Unity North. I'm Reverend Richard Burdick, and you're listening to the music of Mike Marinelli, who's going to be joining us this evening. I invite you to just allow yourself to become comfortable, to find a spot of peace, a spot of receptivity, a place where you can receive all the love, all the peace, all the good that is available to you here this evening. We'll get started right at 7 o'clock. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Unity North. Welcome to this heart space. You've been listening to the beautiful music of Mike Marinelli, a member of our congregation and a very gifted soul and spirit, and also teaches many meditation classes and holds meditation sessions here at our church. We're delighted to have you with us, Mike. And of course, on Wednesday nights, I'm always here with Michael Burke, our poet laureate, and so I'm surrounded by talent tonight. Many of you may be a little disappointed this evening. We will not disappoint you. Bob Sima and Shannon Plummer were supposed to do a concert for us this evening, and unfortunately Bob hurt his hand in a bicycle accident, and so we had to postpone that event. So we wish them really well. We wish healing to Bob's hand, but I think that if you open up the sanctuary of your heart tonight, that what we're going to create for you is going to be beautiful. Equally as powerful and beautiful. So we take those vibes and we send them to Bob and to Shannon and look forward with expectation to the night that they will be with us. You know, in the Unity movement, we have a phrase that we like to hold as a foundational concept, and that phrase is change your thinking, change your life. I like to add to that, change your thinking, change your relationship. Change your thinking, change the situation. Change your thinking, change your experience. I'm going to invite you into that space tonight. We're going to talk about perspective. When we shift our perspective, we open ourselves up to a new adventure, a new way of experiencing and expressing this vast miracle that is life. Our master teacher, Jesus, he told us to turn the other cheek, and that's been often misinterpreted. The way we interpret it here at Unity North is when things aren't working, when things seem out of sync or out of balance, we look a different way. We find a different perspective and look at whatever is in front of us with new eyes, listen with new ears, and certainly embrace it with a new heart. And when we do that, something miraculous can happen. And so the foundation that we're going to build music, some silence, some poetry on tonight is the idea of perspective. You know, throughout history, we've been told, and it's in many of the scriptures, that we don't see life as it is. We see life as we are. Both spiritual and scientific minds have validated that idea. Behavioral scientists would call this a tendency towards confirmatory bias, that we see what we expect to see. And so tonight I'm asking us all to suspend our expectations, to suspend our judgments, to suspend any preconceived notions of what's going to happen tonight, and maybe bring into this field a situation in your life where you are being called to look with different eyes and to embrace with a different heart, to open yourself up to something new, something out of the box, something completely different that you've never, ever thought before. Getting rid of any need to be right or to be justified, or any need to be in control, and allow a new perspective to emerge, one that comes from a deeper place, perhaps a more connected place of oneness with all creation, and certainly with God. Take a deep breath with me. And on the exhale, allow yourself to be fully present in this now moment. Take another deep breath with us. And on the exhale this time, drop down into the sanctuary of truth, eternal truth that has always been there, that which is pretty much disconnected from our day-to-day living, our senses. It is the place of peace. It is the place when we let go of judgment and control, where we remember who we truly are. And that is the place where we are receptive to a different perspective, a different way. Find that place with us now as we sing our first chant of the evening and allow ourselves to live in the mystery. Let this be a time of mystery as we give up our human need to control. The words of our first chant, I give up judgment, I give up control, I give up resistance, and free my soul. Please join me. I give up judgment. I give up control. I give up resistance and free my soul. I give up judgment. I give up control. I give up resistance and free my soul. Once again, breathing with us here, allowing your soul to enter a place of mystery, a place of not knowing, no judgment, no resistance, no control. I give up judgment. I give up control. I give up resistance and free my soul. I give up judgment. I give up control. I give up resistance and free my soul. And free my soul. And free my soul. Let us live in the mystery.
Yes, let us live in the mystery. The mystery of mystery. I don't require proof to put my faith in mystery. Mystery is the ingredient known as the unknown. Mystery is before the Heisenberg phenomena. There's no observer, and there's nothing to observe. Possibility cannot be quantified. Any definition is a limit. The power that is the power we are. No words could ever come close to expressing the completeness of this. The power that is the power we are. But words can honor it. They can praise it. They can worship the mystery of mystery itself. It is beyond any possible possibility I could conceive. Therefore, I believe in the mystery. I quote my friend Bob Sima in this final line. This is from his fabulous song entitled Kiss God. I hold the mystery closer than I hold my belief. I hold the mystery closer than I hold my belief.
Let us live in a moment of mystery, as Mike just allows us to live in the sanctuary of mystery. Marcus Aurelius said, everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. And Josh Billings writes, there are lots of people who mistake their imagination for their memory. What we see in this world depends mostly on what we are looking for, based upon an old story, preconceived notions of how someone is supposed to behave. When we have them, that's what we see. People who look for a reason to be angry will find it, inevitably. People who look for a reason to connect, to unite, to understand, will inevitably find it. People who look for God, people who look for good, above and beyond their history, above and beyond anything of an earthly matter, they will find it. And that sometimes means shifting, remaining open. Peace and love and joy will always be found if we can narrow our focus from anything but peace and love and joy. The Taoist tradition has a term, wu wei, water-like, going with the flow. Those that go with the flow of life are malleable, patient, willing, flexible, will always find home just as the water finds the ocean. Those that flow where God may lead them outside the boundaries of the way things are supposed to be will always find the divinity in themselves and in others, which is the ocean of truth. Our second chant, I am divine. God lives in me as me, and I can view life differently. We all are one, and in that oneness we are free right now. Free to know that God lives in me, but God also lives in you, even though your perspective is different. I am divine. God lives in me as me, and I can view life differently. We all are one, and we are free right now. God lives in you. God lives in me. When considering this evening somebody else's perspective or view different than your own, allow yourself to sink into the awareness of your oneness with them, even in your diversity. For each one of you is an expression of the divine. And as you move like water, the waters run together like the waters of two rivers, coming together to create a greater one on your journey home. Hold that vision and that idea as we sing one more time. I am divine. God lives in me, has me, and I can view life differently. We all are one, and we are free right now. God lives as you. God lives as me.
The water in the well is deeper than blue. The water in the well is what makes me in you. The water in the well is drawn with intent. The water in the well knows what is meant. The water in the well is a chalice for change. The water in the well is arranged to rearrange. The water in the well is not to quench a given thirst. The water in the well will ever last any first. The water in the well. The water in the well is not water that you drink. The water in the well is a way in which to think.
Let us be like the water within the well of God awareness, of God being, where all life begins and ends. As Michael plays once again. two people ever meet the same me or you. No two people ever have the same experience, even though you're in the same room with the same people doing the same things. No two people hear the same words, the same message, read the same book. It may have the same title, but they're not reading the same book. Every experience, every person is a book read through the lens of how we choose to receive it. No two people believe exactly the same, even within the same religious context, the same spiritual movement. No two people have the same experience of anything. If we are to find oneness with all creation, with all people, we must understand this at depth and forego the need for right or wrong view of the book, for better than or less than of the person or yourself. When we are judgmental or resistant to another's perspective, to any other with a different view or experience, our mind becomes closed off to the potential, to the possibility, to the opportunity. Let us rather hold a heart space, a spirit, a mindset that asks the questions, what is the creative opportunity here? How can I see this situation turned around? What is mine to understand? What is mine to see? What is mine to be? What is mine to hear? What is mine to know? And what does another's view have to teach me? The willingness to shift from judgment to detachment, to burn down the walls of what has been so that what can be can emerge between us, allows a perspective that transcends yours and mine and becomes ours in a common desire and intention to fall into love. The phoenix bird reduces itself into the ashes, lets go of what has been so that what can be can emerge. Let it be love. Let the walls fall that love might be set free. I release, Spirit fills my soul. I let go. I release, Spirit fills my soul. I let go. Walls come down. Walls come down. I let go. I release. Spirit fills my soul. I let go. Walls come down. Blocks dissolve. I fall easy into love. Walls come down. Blocks dissolve. I fall easy into love. From the ashes of what has been, let us fall back into that which we always were, love. From the ashes, love will have its voice.
There are answers in the ashes. Some things must be burned for others to be built. Our lives flow like water, but our lessons come like silt. Where we are is more important than anywhere that we can go. What we give gives us power and awakens us to the flow. To be in the breath I take is to ring within the tree. For to be inside myself, I must first grow out of me. It is between where we begin to understand that we are one. And for all we've yet to do, there is more that we have done. I carry in my vessel all the light I'll ever need. I am oak to the acorn, and God the soil to my seed. When I am flame to the fire, then to burn becomes my task. For there are answers in the ashes, beyond what questions can ever ask.
writes, sometimes all it takes is a subtle shift in perspective, an opening of the mind, an intentional pause and reset, or a new route to start to see new options and new possibilities. I invite you in this moment to consider that nothing and no one is good or bad. Nothing or no one is better or worse, but we make it so. It is our perspective that makes something positive or negative. We can choose. We can choose to remain or choose to move. But let us choose to understand whether we stay or leave. Take, for instance, winter or summer. To some, winter is wonderful. To others, it's bitter cold. To some, summer is magnificent, and to others, very hot and uncomfortable. Both can be right. The great paradox. We fall down on the power of choice. Same experience, yet different. The three of us here could see a landscape from a different vantage point. Perhaps Michael is on a hill. Mike is down by the lake. And I'm on a boat on the lake. Each one of us looking at the landscape, experiencing something very, very different. I have chosen to be on the hill, by the lake, or on a boat. The choice is mine, but it does not make anybody else's choice wrong. Let us be willing to ask ourselves to become so aware of our own perspective, not as better than another's, but just different, and ask, does this perspective serve me and who I want to be? And does my view of Michael's or Mike's view of the landscape, does it serve me? Does it serve them? And then make my choice accordingly. The most beautiful landscapes that I have ever experienced have come from a willingness of somebody inviting me to the top of the mountain to say, look here. Someone inviting me to the edge of the lake and saying, sit here a while for me. And choosing to surrender to somebody else's experience. One finds God. At any moment, I can get back in my boat and sail away, or find the ocean. Let there be gratitude in my heart for the view from the mountain or the view from the side of the lake. Not resistance or judgment, but complete surrender to how God showed up in both places, in all places. In this moment, let us surrender to the love of God that is like the great wind blowing the sails of the boat and guiding us to go where we will be most fed. I surrender to the love of God. Abandon all thoughts of my own. I surrender to the love of God, in whom all things are known. I surrender to the love of God, abandon all thoughts of my own. I surrender to the love of God, in whom all things are known. I am led, I am guided, I am loved, I am blessed, I am led, I am guided, I am loved, I am blessed. Please join me. I surrender to the love of God, abandon all thoughts of my own. I surrender to the love of God, in whom all things are known. I am led, I am led, I am guided, I am loved, I am blessed, I am led, I am guided, I am loved, I am blessed, I am led, I am guided, I am loved, I am blessed, I am led, I am guided, I am loved, I am blessed. In allowing myself to surrender to all that is, to receive that all that is has something of value, my perspective widens, and I begin to develop the eyesight of a saint, the heart of a saint, the spirit of a mystic whose view cannot and will never be limited by time or space.
Listen for the saints. What we see as loss, the universe sees as life. Space between us is not a separation. Space between us is the way time makes a clock. It's the way the divine allows us to feel that we have a second chance when there's only ever a first time. There's nothing to redo or forgive. You never did it wrong. Divine order is never out of order. Divine order is never out of order. Our perception of the clock face, our view of time being wasted, is what wastes our time. The only thing that needs to be fixed is our perception that things need to be fixed. Settle into the groove like a needle on a record. Let your music sing Let the beat play. Sometimes we get beat up, and sometimes we get beat down. It's all part of the groove. Sometimes our music is immaculately harmonious. Other times, amazingly discordant and obtuse. It doesn't make the song good or bad. It just makes us not want to listen to certain parts. And a lot of times, we don't. We don't want to hear the parts that scrape across the chalkboard of our soul and screech horror into our melody. It seems like we can always hear the sins. It's time we listen for the saints. Listen for the saints.
Michael continues to play, I offer you this story, well known from the Taoist tradition, to conclude our time. A farmer and his son had a beloved stallion who helped the family earn a living. One day the horse ran away, and their neighbors exclaimed, "Your horse ran away. What terrible luck." The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." A few days later, the horse returned home, leading a few wild mares back to the farm as well. And the neighbors shouted with glee, "Your horse has returned and brought several horses home with him. What great luck!" The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." Later that week, the farmer's son was trying to break one of the mares, and she threw him to the ground, breaking his leg. And the villagers cried, "Your son broke his leg. What terrible luck!" And the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." A few weeks later, soldiers from the National Army marched through town, recruiting all the able-bodied boys for the army. They did not take the farmer's son, still recovering from his injury. And the friends shouted, "Your boy is spared. What tremendous luck!" To which the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." As we prepare to end our time this evening, let us remain open an open vessel, a receptive vessel to life. Not good, not bad, not right, not wrong. But we wait patiently. We'll see. We'll see what we make of life. And perhaps by doing so, we not only awaken our own Christ, our own Buddha, our own Tao, we awaken the Buddha and the Christ and the Atman and the Tao for the world. One thought, one shifted thought, one perspective at a time. And so we end with the words, I am awakening to love. And I am changing. Yes, I am changing. Change your thoughts. Change your life. Change your thoughts. Change your relationship. Change your thoughts. Change your experience. I am awakening. I am awakening. I am awakening to love. Please sing that with me. I am awakening. I am awakening. I am awakening to love. And I am changing. Yes, I am changing. And I am changing. Yes, I am changing. As we awaken our consciousness back to wherever we happen to be, with grateful thanks for the perspectives of music, the perspectives of poetry, the perspective of chant, the perspective of silence that has brought us all to the higher perspective of love at the center. Give thanks for the chair that you're in, for the room that you were in. Take a moment to give thanks for your spiritual family, Unity North Atlanta, and for the beautiful co-conspirators, the co-creators, the co-inhabitants of this journey called Unity North Atlanta. I find great value in spending time with Mike Marinelli, not only in his music, but in his heart and his soul. And if that had value to you tonight, I'm going to invite you to find a way to express that monetarily. I find great value every Wednesday spending time with Michael Burke, not only the magnificent poetry, but the magnificent soul. That has value to me. And when the three of us have come together, and a few people in the room here, and you, equally as one with all of these hearts, that has value to me. And if it has value to you, I'm going to invite you to express your gratitude, either through text to give, going on Facebook. This is an interesting time for our community. And we're finding our way a little bit in the darkness. And we're also finding that a perspective of we have to manage the sense of lack, wondering where the next dollar might come so that we can keep this going, so the building is fresh and ready to receive you when the time comes that we're all back together and we can experience each other's souls all once again in the same room together. I invite you to consider maybe digging a little bit deeper tonight to say thank you to Mike and Michael, myself, and for Unity North. And thank you for being with us this evening. We're going to close, as always, with the gratitude for the love that's been expressed in many ways, and And I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you for the love you let me be. I am so blessed to be the minister of this church and to spend time with such beautiful people. I thank you for being here. We finished the song. Micah will play a little bit longer, so go ahead and enjoy his beautiful music. Thank you for coming tonight. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let me be. And I thank you. I hope to see you Sunday. We begin a 3-part series called The Unity Effect as we celebrate this community. Blessed evening to each of you. Mike, they're in your hands. They're all yours. Well, if he doesn't receive you, they're not in his hands. Hey, Mike, play us a little music out. Good night, everyone. Namaste.